and live lesson. We're going to be going over a couple of trades that we took here on SPY and basically how to spot traps, institutional traps. It's something that I just literally did a mentoring live class yesterday morning, Sunday morning. Talked about this exact play, this exact setup, smoked the entry and didn't walk it down. I was going to set a hard stop, but had quite a bit of work to do up at the mountain property. That's all right though, still locking in a substantial amount on the morning. But let's go right into this now. Okay, so what we have here is first a long opportunity. So what I was looking for a potential long, locking in $2,050 on this, is a run up and a pullback, and it remounted perfectly this double top, this green day and this red day's highs. So perfect remount. I'll zoom in on these entries. Sorry about that, folks. And executed that and just kind of worked this little trade. Really nice one. Like I said, locking in $2,050. And then on the short, this is the bigger trade. So this is going to be hard to explain because this took about 30 minutes to go over how to spot these traps, but you guys will get the basic idea. So right now, because they need to produce liquidity and they have been ramping it up straight up, right? And that's how, you know, for every buy, there's a sell. For every sell, there's a buy, right? Like that's stock market 101. But in order for them to create the illusion of buying, they need to have a retail setup. Okay. So that's what institutions do. They know retail traders generally trade setup. They don't trade strategy. So they know that they're going to be able to scoop all of those shares once it breaks down, which it did. Now, it took a little while, and this right here is a perfect opportunity for this to for people to go long. So going long here on that pullback, on that remount, right? That's the initial. And then when they give this really long controlled pullback, control equals institution. So that gives the illusions that the institutions are going to be buying, but they're not buying up here, right? People never look at that fucking daily chart, and that's the problem. So I waited for it. As soon as it popped up right here on this last little pop, that's your entry. And then you risk off highs. So pop, enter, and then pay myself back down. You always got to pay yourself. And then I looked for an add back on the retest underneath that level now, getting my secondary entry. And then easily could have walked this all the way up, but I ran out of time. I had a hard out this morning at about 10 a.m. and I went over by about 15 minutes and I really needed to take off. But is what it is. Locking in $7,700 on this trade, and it easily could have been much, much more. Very, very nice day. But that's essentially how you're spotting these traps. Now, if you want more information on this, I go into great detail on in our mentoring live classes, as well as on screen share every single morning. If you want to learn how to trade like a professional trader, be able to spot this stuff before it happens. There's a lot of people out there that say that the stock market is unpredictable. That is not the case at all. I call this stuff each and every day. Not only do I call it, I trade it. I put my money where my mouth is. And that's the key to success, is actually having confidence in your skills and your talent as a trader and all that hard work that you put in. So hopefully you guys caught something out of this. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and come to tricktrades.com. Adios, folks.